DC the beat man. DC the beat man.
So epic.
What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Now, as you can see, I got my Panthers jersey on. I know it's a basketball show, but daggone it, we ain't going to talk about some football today. Because, you know, my Panthers got the #1 draft pick. Let me go ahead and get my #1 on right quick. You know what I mean? So, it's a couple of candidates this year. And we're going to start it off with the Carolina Panthers draft history first. I think it's actually going to surprise you real quick. Because then after that, we're going to talk about the candidates. We're going to gloss over them real quick. And then finally talk about my choice. Because again, Panthers fan and a sports analyst, I feel like I got something to say. But before we continue, please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone who's anyone about the show. I think you might enjoy it. Now let's go on and get into it, shall we? All right, so look, we got the Carolina Panthers draft history. Now, we ain't been around that long if you're talking about compared to all the other teams. But, you know, we got some #1, #2 draft picks. A total of 2. So we got, you know, I can't talk about #1 picks. We only got 1. So the first one that we got, and again, #2 pick, it was in 2020 for the 2022. I'm sorry, oh my God, it was for the 2002 season. Julius Peppers, shout out to you. Hey, dog, let's move on. And then for the #1 pick, we had Cam Newton. Now that was. I'm just such a fan right now, bro. Like, these are really two great players. Okay, both physical freak of natures. And when I say physical freak of natures, I mean as an NFL player, you actually have to be in shape, right? Like, you really should be in shape. You gotta be a little strong, and to stand out from those professional athletes at that level, big. And that's exactly what both of those were. Julius Peppers was 6'6", 290, and he ran a 4.7. And then Cam Newton was like 6'4", 6'5", and was like 250, 260. Like, I forget what his 40 was, but it was like probably a 45, probably 4.6. Like, that's fast. That is fast as hell. And that's what we have from them two players. Also, a nice little similarity between these two players. They both went to the postseason at least 3 times. Julius Peppers went to it 3, and then Cam Newton went to it 4 times. And it's easier to get there as a quarterback than it is as a defender. Just saying. Now, something that was really spectacular, both of them also went to the Super Bowl. Hey, dog, now we lost. All right, you don't got to kick a man while he's down. But we both went to the Super Bowl. So there's a little bit at stake with this top pick. I don't want to say #1 pick, because again, Julius Peppers ain't #1. But with this top pick, there's a little bit at stake here. So I'd like to see which candidate gives me the best chance to reach a Super Bowl, give me that postseason success, maybe be on the likes of a Julius Peppers, a Cam Newton. So let's gloss over real quick and find out just which one of them actually is my favorite so far. All right, so look, first and foremost, let's just go ahead and list out all the candidates, right? We got Bryce Young, we got CJ Stroud, we got Will Anderson Jr., and then we got Anthony Richardson. All of them are top prospects, okay? With that in mind, from an entertainment perspective and a stats perspective, this answer is a little bit different. I think from the stat perspective, I might go Bryce Young. All right, Buddy was getting saucy this year, okay? But then when I look at an entertainment perspective, I kind of think NFL a little bit more. I factor in stats, but I think entertainment is on the NFL side. And that's why I got to go Anthony Richardson. Again, his combine was kind of a breakout for Buddy. Can't even hold you. I didn't know his name until that time. Like, had to do a little research about it. So, why Anthony Richardson? Well, I think we also forgot CJ Stroud and Will Anderson. You know, CJ, he did his thing. He also had Marvin Harrison Jr. I just gotta throw him. CJ's not really my favorite. I'm sorry. I feel like he's just an average player, especially when he goes to the NFL. Will Anderson, buddy is nice. All right, on the defensive end, he is 6'4", 290. No, 6'4", 260, and ran a 4.6. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. Pretty entertaining if you ask me. Like, I think his floor is an above average defender. His floor. That's pretty tough. With Bryce, the thing I gotta knock him for is his height. 5'10". Someone like CJ Stroud and Anthony Richardson are both over 6 foot. And we see what the smaller QBs are like. You know, you got a Russell Wilson, you got a Kyler Murray. They've been playing well. Russell did win some championships. Kyler, we'll find out. In the NFL, do I get that same feeling that Bryce is going to transfer over from college to NFL? I don't. I'm sorry. I could be wrong on both Bryce and CJ, but I don't. And then what with Anthony Richardson? That boy looks like a talent. Again, his combine is what brought him up to the ranks, but at the same time, you look at his stats-wise, it's a little shaky. Just a little shaky. But I think for this next part, I'm going to go ahead and tell you who my answer is. So definitely stay tuned because we're going to give you the answer real quick. All right, so look, I did tell y'all from an entertainment and a stats perspective who the best player was, right? But if I had to give a top two, my answers are as follows. Will Anderson Jr. and Anthony Richardson should be the pick for the #1 draft by the Carolina Panthers this season. I'm just saying, like, it should really be that simple. Reason why. Will Anderson Jr., Mr. Anderson, for the Matrix fans, buddy looks like he could be solid. Like when I think back to that 2015 season, yes, Cam Newton was the MVP, Superman. I get that. He was the face of the organization. The defense was stout that season, okay? Like elite. So what led to that elite? Yes, Josh Norman was cool. We had a trio of linebackers that got the job done. Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis, and Shaq Thomas. Like, them boys was getting after it, okay? And again, at the linebacker position, that's what Will Anderson Jr. is. And when he comes to our team, the boy is 6'4". He'll easily be the biggest linebacker already on the squad. So I feel like he might even have a little versatility too. So again, from a pick standpoint, #1, if I want to go as like in terms of the safest pick, Will Anderson is my choice. And I do feel like over time I can get to the Super Bowl with Will Anderson. Because again, based on his combine, what I saw at Alabama, like, cool. I feel like buddy can make it. And then with Anthony Richardson, the boy reminds me of Cam Newton. So hey, dog, like you know I'm a little biased. And I had to look at Lamar Jackson too. I looked at both Lamar Jackson and Cam Newton in college in comparison. While it's not an exact one-to-one mapping, it's not apples to apples, but it could be a little bit of apples to oranges, and that's not too far off, like at least for me. So when I'm looking at Cam, Lamar, the main difference I think was the team. On Anthony Richardson's team, what talent did he really have? Who was doing a lot out there? I ain't see too much. I did not. Interception wise, touchdown disparity, like he closer to Lamar. Not too far off from Lamar and Cam. I got to see what we can work with. Because at 6'4", 230, 240, and again, your combine is what gets you on the map. In the game of football, we got to look at physical advantages and how that helps for players. Like Justin Fields, for example, people don't think he's that good of a QB. No, like from a throwing perspective. But you can't deny the boy's talent. So, hey, I'm gonna take a chance and work with him on it if that's the case. Like we always give people a chance based on this. So I personally want to take the risk with this one. Hey, Buddy seems like he's a capable enough athlete to at least hold his own in the NFL. And over time, he should be able to produce as an NFL QB. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I got just too much of my heart into it because he reminds me of Cam Newton. And I'm thinking of the past too much. So please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. I want to hear your thoughts about who the Panthers should draft with the #1 pick this year. But hey, my name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. Hope you all are having a good one. Take care.
I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's any. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. I gotta go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, what's up, man? Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets right here.